Welcome back to Affirmations and the segment called Storytime for the Children of the Slaves. Okay. And this is where we tap into our inner child and we read storybooks to try to capture our innocence. Okay. In slavery, our children were sold and they were like little adults. They had to be little adults. Okay. And even for ourselves and even our children have to live a kind of double life of that, have had to, and our children have to live the double life of being a child as well as a little adult because of certain things that could cause harm or the way the society is. And so at a very young age, we all learn these rules in order to survive and pat ourselves on the back. We've done a good job with doing so. But with that, we want to tap into our inner child because our inner child is where we still hope, we dream. It allows us to imagine. We come from a great people. We invented pretty much anything you can think of if you dig hard enough, even though we're not given credit for it. A lot of times we're responsible for it, okay? So we are dreamers by nature, but we do want to tap into that. But more than anything, we want to reclaim our innocence, okay? And so, with that, please do get something, a snack or tea or coffee, and enjoy this particular story, okay? The name of this book is called Yertle the Turtle by Dr. Seuss. And a cute story. My sister was saying, "You remember Dad, read that to us when we were young." And I love turtles. As you can see, you have that turtle there, and it's amazing how sometimes we can. There, and I don't remember it. I guess I was a little younger, but it may explain my love for turtles. And again, excuse the writing on the book because my little one, I normally would guard her books growing up, but she got a hold of this one. You know how the kids, they like to draw in books. Yeah. You're a Turtle by Dr. Seuss. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to get to the first page. Let's get it. Okay. On the faraway island of Salamasan, Yertle the turtle was king of the pond. A nice little pond. It was clean, it was neat, the water was warm, there was plenty to eat. The turtles had everything turtles might need, and they were all happy, quite happy indeed. They were until Yertle, the king of them all, decided the kingdom he ruled was too small. "I'm ruler," said Yertle, "of all that I see, but I don't see enough. That's the trouble with me. With the stone from for a throne, I look down on my pond, but I cannot look down on the places beyond. This throne that I sit on is too low down. It ought to be higher," he said with a frown. "If I could sit high, how much greater I'd be. What a king! I'd be a ruler of all I could see." So Yertle, the Turtle King, lifted his hand, and Yertle, the Turtle King, gave a command. He ordered 9 turtles to swim to his stone, and using these turtles, he built a new throne. He made each turtle stand on another one's back, and he piled them all up a 9 turtle stack. And then Yertle climbed up. He sat down on the pile. What a wonderful view! He could see most a mile. "All mine," Yertle cried. "Oh, the things I now rule. I'm king of a cow, and I'm king of a mule. I'm king of a horse, and I'm king of a house. And what's more beyond that, I'm king of a blueberry bush and a cat. I'm Yertle the turtle, oh marvelous me, for I am ruler of all that I see." And all through that morning he sat there up high, saying over and over, "A great king and am I," until long about noon. Then he heard a faint sigh. "What's that?" snapped the king. And he looked down the stack and he saw at the bottom a turtle named Mac, just as part of his throne. And this plain little turtle looked up and he said, "Beg your pardon, King Yertle. I've pains in my back and my shoulders and knees. How long must we stand here, your majesty, please?" "Silence!" the king of the turtles barked back. "I'm king, and you're only a turtle named Mac. You stay in your place while I sit here and rule. I'm king of a cow, and I'm king of a mule. I'm king of a house, and a bush, and a car. But that isn't all. I'll do better than that. My throne shall be higher." His royal voice thundered, "So pile up more turtles. I want about 200. "Turtles, more turtles," he bellowed and brayed. And the turtles way down in the pond were afraid. They trembled, they shook, but they came. They obeyed from all over the pond. They came swimming by dozens, whole families of turtles with uncles and cousins, and all of them stepped on the head of poor Mac. One after another, they climbed up the stack. Then Yertle the turtle was perched up so high he could see 40 miles from his throne in the sky. "Hooray!" shouted Yertle. "I'm king of the trees, I'm king of the birds, I'm king of the bees, I'm king of the butterflies, king of the air. Ah, me, what a throne, what a wonderful chair. I'm Yertle the turtle, oh marvelous me, for I am a ruler of all that I see." Then again from below, in the great heavy stack, came a groan from that plain little turtle named Mac. "Your Majesty, please, I don't like to complain, but down here below we are feeling the pain. I know up on top you are seeing great sights, but down at the bottom we too should have rights. We turtles can't stand it. Our shells will crack. Besides, we need food. We are starving," groaned Mac. "You hush up your mouth," howled the mighty King Yertle. "You've no right to talk to the world's highest turtle. I rule the clouds over the land, over sea. There's nothing, no nothing that's higher than me." But while he was shouting, he saw with surprise that the moon of the evening was starting to rise up over his head in the darkening skies. "What's that?" snorted Yertle. "Say, what is that thing that dares be higher than Yertle the king? I shall not allow it. I'll go higher still. I'll build my throne higher. I can, I will. I'll call some more turtles. I stack 'em to heaven. I need about 5,607." But as Yertle, the Turtle King, lifted his hand and started to order and give a command, that plain little turtle below in the stack, that plain little turtle whose name was just Mac, decided he'd taken enough, and he had, and that plain little lad got a little bit mad, and that plain little Mac did a plain little thing. He burped, burp, and his burp shook the throne of the king. And Yertle the king of the trees, the king of the air and the birds and the bees, the king of the house and the cow and the mule. Well, that was the end of the Turtle King's rule. For Yertle, the king of Salamasan, fell off his high throne and fell plunk in the pond. And today, the great Yertle, the marvelous he, is king of the mud. That is all he could see. And the turtles, of course, all the turtles are free, as turtles and maybe all creatures should be. The end. All right. I love that story. Yertle the turtle. And when I hear that, I think about, a couple of things, the woes of our people, kind of being pushed to the limit and overworked and slowly but surely getting freedom through spirituality. Our people are very spiritual. And so that's definitely one of the things that helped us be able to get free, but determination as well as going against the grain, which can be very scary, um, in demanding your rights and freedom. But I think the lesson in that is, are we people that are insatiable, that we've ended up being that's demanding, needing more and more, and nothing is good enough, and so much needing more to where we're willing to hurt and oppress our people. Okay, we see this a lot of times with people in the movie and the music industry, and our what they so call elites, and our celebrities. No matter how up we go, it is that issue that we deal with of, are we going to step on our people's necks and oppress and become that of a master? Okay. And so, or get to the point where we'll do anything for money, or require people to uh, be in pain and hurt themselves, neglect themselves in order for us to feel better, right? And that's a sign of low self-esteem, when we find ourselves wanting to abuse power, okay? And even in, religion, teaching us with especially male-female dynamics, but just in general, just amongst our group, wanting to oppress in order to feel better, okay? So definitely wanting to, you know, always kind of assess ourselves and reassess ourselves so we can make sure that we're not abusing power. Okay. And with that, I thank you all so much for joining me again and again. Do not forget, ever forget your inner child. Bye. Until next time.